$1,700.
Can we take a tour?
Sure, come on. Welcome to my home, fancy apartment.
Oh, yes, let's go take a look. Giving us a unique look into Dallas apartments, renters are letting fancy apartments owner Spencer Moore into their spaces to show off what they pay, what they're getting for that price, and how they're making it home. Spencer joins us this morning. Thank you so much for being here. You're an apartment locator, but I think you've seen a lot of waves of people turning to you because you have done these things where you show off rented spaces. Instead of saying, here's this empty apartment, we get to see actually inside people's houses and how they're living in that apartment, right? Has that really increased business?
It does, actually. You're right. It is pretty different because typically it is just empty apartments, and those can get good traction too. However, the renter tours, people get a lot more excited to see people's lives and their homes. So,
I think so.
Tell us how it works with apartment locating, because I think a lot of people don't really understand, how it works, and there's a little education that has to go there. My husband's in the same industry.
Yeah.
I've used an apartment locator before my husband and I were together, but I think it's a really great concept. If you're overwhelmed looking for an apartment, how does it work?
So that's a great question. So the business model is really cool. It's a win-win-win for everybody. So the property owners get to fill their vacancies. So these apartments have like 300 units. Many of them are vacant. So they get to fill their empty apartments. The renter gets a good deal on a new home. We can find them, deals that are under market or find them exactly what they're trying to live in. And then the agents get paid for their time and work. So
And it's typically free for the renter.
And it's a free service
Right.
to the renter because the property owner or the management company pays the commission to the agent. So
Okay.
it is free.
So we're looking at this apartment. And
Beautiful.
this is one. It is a gorgeous apartment. This is a TV movie producer who lets you in. She pays a little over $2,000 for this. What is so cool about this apartment is this was the manager of a department store's office at one point.
Yeah.
And they've now turned it into an apartment, so it's a very unique looking space. What are people in Dallas, in Texas looking for when it comes to apartments? Is it something that's unique, or is it something like, I don't know, a nice
So
toilet?
there's like two things. There's people who just want a good deal, like something for $1,000 and they don't
Okay.
even care, which is totally valid. And that's a great way to rent. Or they want something with a little bit more character, like a loft or floor to ceiling windows and a high rise that's got some exposed industrial aspects to it, like concrete ceiling. So it's kind of one or the other. We happily help both.
How'd you come up with the idea to go into people's houses? Because I've seen it done like in New York City.
Yeah, oh
where
yeah.
It's a lot crazier because it's like, I pay $5,000 and come look into my closet right now, and here's my kitchen, and here's my toilet, and here's my bed. Like, you don't see in Dallas or
You're gonna get a little more.
You get a little more, but did you see it like it being done in New York, and you thought, I could do that here in Dallas?
That guy was the OG. I think his name was Caleb Simpson. Yeah,
Okay.
and like during COVID or something, it was like on TikTok, the dude would bump into people on the streets of New York and then tour the apartments, which, they are all sort of pre-set up, so it's typically not, an organic meeting a stranger on the street and touring their apartment.
Most
So
people will be like, no, it's not clean. You can't come upstairs.
most people would not do that.
Right.
Not in Texas, definitely not in New York. So, and he even spoke to having more success with it being planned, that he tried to do it just on the street, but people were like, hell no.
No,
Yeah,
you're not
you
coming
can't
into
come
my
in.
house. So this second video we're seeing here, this is an analyst. She's paying $1,700 for a one
deal.
bedroom. She has great windows. The windows are huge. The bathroom here is huge. I'm curious. Are we still? I know AT&T's moving out of downtown Dallas. Are we still seeing a boom in downtown Dallas? Are we still seeing people wanting to rent there? Is it still more uptown? Is Design District seeing an extra hit? Where are you seeing people wanting to locate right now in the Dallas
people
Fort
still
Worth
want to
area?
live downtown. Downtown's got the cool off. So whenever we post a cool off, those kind of get the most views.
Interesting.
Yeah, people love the character, the windows, the exposed stuff, because they want a cool apartment like her. And if it's not downtown, people are pretty flexible. It's a driving city, so people can live a little further out to get a really good deal on new construction. People love new construction.
Oh yeah,
Being
because
the
it's
first-
clean.
It's clean. You're the first tenant. You don't have to worry about any weird stuff yet. So
What's the range you guys are seeing, like price-wise?
I would say our average deal in Dallas is about $1,600 for a one bed, which is pretty good. That's a pretty good deal when you look at some of these apartments. You can easily find a one bed for like $2,000, but you kind of have to dig deeper to find the deals. And we find a lot of deals. So our average client gets a
What's the
pretty
best
good
time
deal.
of year to like find a deal?
Oh, yeah.
The best time of year, Probably like Q4, maybe like December and November, because
Really?
things slow down a little bit with the business. Yeah, people aren't moving as much, and property managers get a little desperate to get their vacancies filled, so they'll
Yeah.
give out 2 months free, 6 weeks free, give out a free cruise or a TV or something. Yeah.
Oh, now we're talking. This third video here, this is a guy who he owns a barber shop. And I think it's funny when I'm going to go ahead and admit when you go into homes of these apartments of some of the guys, the girls are like, so my aesthetic is, they'll tell you exactly what they're excited. And the guys are like, it's modern.
Yeah.
Minimal, or they're like this guy. He has a video game machine. He's like, it's all about my video game machine. I'm like, okay, dude, yes.
Guys like to game,
But,
yeah.
but I can see how this works though, because like I'm seeing like, oh, okay, because you not only share their apartment, but also some of the amenities too. So like sometimes you'll go to the pool and show what the pool looks like, or the gym or whatever. There's this video game, or the gym or whatever, and then you can say, hey. That's a cool apartment complex. Is there anything in that apartment complex that you know of? So I bet you get business that way too.
I mean, it totally works that way. And a little bit about the guys, though. Some guys have some really cool apartments. Like the girls, they always do a great job. But some men, if they got a cool loft, some of the coolest ones that we filmed have been guys. Not necessarily with arcade games,
really?
but some dudes have some pretty good taste. Yeah.
I saw in your post, you'll say sometimes in the caption, DM me if you want your apartment to be featured. Do you hear from a lot of people who are like, hey, I have a really cool space. Check it out. Here's pictures. I mean, is that how you're normally finding people
Totally.
to feature?
People do reach out from that. So yeah, we leave that little message there, and people will hit us up and they'll send us some pictures like, hey, check out mine. I'm like, we have to film that.
That's a cool one.
And sometimes we're kind of busy, we can't film them all.
Yeah.
But if there's a standout one, I mean, it's so exciting to tour people's cool homes, and you walk in, it's like
MTV Cribs.
It's like MTV Cribs for
It's
Instagram.
the modern version of MTV Cribs.
Yeah.
That's so true. But with normal people, like
Right.
everyday
Everyday
people.
person, right.
Expensive rents, cheap rents,
Yeah.
and everything in between.
Yeah, I want to talk about normal people. You went to college. You dropped out at 19, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
I want to bring you down to life here. So
Get it
you were
real.
in college. You dropped out at 19. At 22, you got your real estate license, and you've just been growing since then. You now have this brokerage firm. You have Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, some. What would you say helped you succeed? And what advice would you give to someone who's like, I don't know, 19, dropping out of college?
Yeah, out of college at 19. I actually got my license at 19 too, so it all happened really young.
Okay.
And I would recommend try stuff as young as possible. I think that's the best time to try something a little risky, a little off the path, because life's a little simpler then. And maybe find some literature that speaks to your mind and can give you more perspective about the opportunities you have at hand. That really helped me.
And I think just thinking of things in a different way too, because obviously because of my husband, I know more about apartment locating than I ever thought I would. But I also feel like it's so different than the typical real estate job. It's a different vibe. It's younger, more social media forward. You guys are kind of doing things a little different. So I think at such a young age, that was probably attractive to you and appealing and saying, hey, I can do this, but kind of make it my own.
It's a lot simpler. There's no paperwork.
Yeah.
Versus you're selling
and
a
it's
house.
Quick, right? You get a deal done.
Deals are quick. You
Yeah.
get more chances up at bat, and the no paperwork thing is cool, and you don't have to have too much experience. Really got into locating because at 19, it wasn't very common that my broker would send me a buyer lead to buy a house because they're like, this kid has no experience. So they'd give me some apartment leads, and that was simple enough for me to understand and really build a business out of it.
Look at you. That's pretty cool. And you're based in Houston, but you
Yeah,
have
Houston.
lots in Dallas and
Yeah.
then and Austin. So you think you're going to grow more?
Totally.
And with so
that's
many
the
more
goal.
people are
Certainly
moving
not
here,
to grow
right?
less. Yeah, the goal is to grow and have a business that's steady and that is really something that can last for a good while. Flash in the pan is not the goal. We want to keep things pretty steady and good.
People always need places to live.
People,
so,
and that's
you know
one thing
what?
about it too. People always need homes, and it's when I was young, I thought about sales, and it was there's those door-to-door sales, or maybe it's steak knives. But selling houses, it's something that people really need, and
Yeah.
or homes.
Well, in the rental market, I think
apartments, yeah.
especially right now with, interest rates and people are so worried about home
yeah.
buying, it's like, hey,
It's a little
rent,
hairy.
go rent an apartment.
Go get a good deal.
There you go.
Dallas
Yeah.
has so many good deals.
So there are deals out there. So don't just
All
go
over.
with the first thing is what you're saying.
Come to me. I've got all the deals.
You've got all the deals.
They
He is-
simplify the process.
He is a true businessman.
Yes.
Spencer Moore, Fancy Apartments, DFW. Thank you so much for coming
Thank
in.
you,
We,
guys.
we really appreciate it, and keep posting inside people's places.
Always, yes.
I don't know if that's being,
We're nosy.
a little nosy, a little
We're
sneaky,
nosy.
but I love seeing how they take those spaces and make them theirs.
It's a little,
It is
it's
neat.
spatial art, yeah.
Spatial art. There you go.